Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go!
Third! Let the Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. Lord.
And of course, you gotta get the coffins in. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go, and welcome to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. I'll fix that after, but I gotta remember to fix that up so you guys actually don't get a black screen after it's done. But, yeah, welcome. Good to see everybody here tonight. Everybody just filing in as we're getting ready for the big show tonight. Right now they got 4 huge matches advertised for tonight. And, well, you want to talk about huge right off the bat. Brody King, Claudio Castagnoli in the C2. My goodness, that is some beef in the ring. And the beef that they got going on right now personally, too. So that should be a hell of a fun matchup here. We're also going to get Shelton Benjamin and Kyle Fletcher in C2 action as well. Yeah, we going to be eating good tonight for those two. We also are going to get a feud that AEW's advertising as 3 years in the making, which is Anna Jay and Penelope Ford. We'll talk about a little bit more during the match itself, of course, but this actually goes back to the time where Penelope Ford teamed up with the Bunny to take on Anna Jay and Ty Mello as, what were they, TJ, I believe is what the tag team name was called at the time. So they were having that'll be an interesting match to go on because Penelope's been solid, but just solid starting so far. And I hope they can develop something out of this and maybe try to push Anna Jay in a better direction here and get her a little bit more directed. It's like, I'd like to see some more direction out of the women's division. Now that we got a weird booking pattern with Mercedes and Camille, which I got a feeling there's more than one reason for that. And then, of course, the main event tonight, Jay White and Pac. This would, let's face it, Dragon Gate versus NJPW. This is going to be a ton of fun. And yeah, we're going to have a ton of fun here. We're going to have a ton of fun with all of you tonight. And remember, after we're done here tonight with AEW, we have our Survivor Series PLE for WWE 2K24 by GM mode. We are doing the accelerated run. So hopefully we can get through a ton of wrestling here in the next couple weeks. Just because the rest of the month seems to be a little bit chaotic coming up. But yeah, I got the intros out of the way. How's everybody doing today? Let me know what you've been up to in the chat. We're just starting to get snow today. Again. Vic, how the hell are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. And we're going to get incessantly that little clip moderation thing going on. But Twitch has decided to do a few things that are going to sort of influence what's going on with streaming here next year. They've announced that, I don't know whether it's instant or coming soon. I haven't seen the actual document. But say that we're both streaming together using the stream together function on Twitch. We'll say myself, I got maybe 10 people, and whoever I'm with has 20. On the directory, as it's coming down, it's going to show you as 30 people in your stream. So it will bump up your numbers, so you will be a little higher up on the scale. Late dinner by wrestling. Hey, you know what? It's always good to get that dinner in, watch some good wrestling. And to hell with Eric Bischoff, by the way. I just want to throw that out there right now. I don't want to give too much into the haterade of that, but I like that Bischoff ends up taking a shot at AEW during his little promo there last night at NXT, but I digress. Other than that, I was supposed to be working today, personally, because we were going to be shorthanded, but the person who made us shorthanded canceled their time off, so the bad part of it is I don't get an extra Christmas break. I get my regular 2 days off just like any other week. But the positive is I do get to have the days off on the Wednesdays so I can actually, prepare and get ready for streaming and whatnot. And I got a few side projects I'm working on here, trying to get things put together. I've talked about it a couple times, but I have a trivia night that I'm hosting on another channel coming up in, it's 2 weeks' time. So yeah, 2 weeks at it's gonna be on the 19th. I'll be hosting. I'll give you guys more details once they release it, which they're taking their sweet time to do that. But you know me, when I do anything, they allowed a free Phoenix sign on the screen right off the bat. Wow. They allowed a free Phoenix sign on their screens right off the bat. This is going to be a lot of fun. Right off the bat, Shelton Benjamin, Kyle Fletcher. This is one of those matches that this is going to tell you, for me, this is who's going to get second. Claudio and Brody, this is a must-win for Brody tonight. After Brody lost his first match to... No, wait. No, Brody beat Darby last week. What am I saying? But yeah, this match here is also going to be sort of a... In my opinion, it's going to determine who's going to be behind Ospreay. Yeah, the Ospreay's in there. That's right. So King Castagnoli is going to be the main. All right. I like that decision. And yeah, then we get Fletcher. Garcia and Okada went to a tie on Saturday. Damn. Hey, Big G, how you doing today? Who's the fave? Oh my God, KJ, you're here! KJ's here, everybody! As we get Shelton and Kyle starting off the night here. Who's the fave? I would have to say the favorite for tonight. The favorite for the tournament. If I had to put money on it, I would say it's got to be Ospreay Okada as the far beyond favorites. Whether it works out that way, it's to be determined, but I think Brody King should be a bit of a favorite here. Also, you got Shelton, you got Kyle. Got to do your monthly check-in to make sure everybody knows you're still around. Want to see King versus Shelton final? That would be fun. I will... Personally, my opinion, I've said this before, I'll say it again. This match tonight is to determine who gets second. But the fact that Garcia and Okada went to a draw... Whoever wins this might actually have the front row ticket for first place in this pool. And you got to imagine Commander in the other league is going to be pretty much the beat-up boy for the rest of this. If you guys didn't hear, Juice Robinson got a knee injury in his match last week with Okada. And not Okada, with Ospreay. So, therefore, he has been pulled from the tournament. Hey! So, yeah, you know. And for Vic. And for McG. Oh, sorry, my bad. Wrong one. Gotta hit the books. All right. Enjoy your studying. I'm sure you're going to get a little bit of a break here coming up in the next couple weeks. I assume that school studies end soon, but yeah. Hey, KJ. Bye, KJ. Miss you, big KJ. Oh my God. Somebody put up you see the sign already here? Breath of the Wild is not a real Zelda game. Like, no, it is. It's tedious, it's painful, but it's not exactly not a Zelda game. I love that Fletcher's trying to do push-ups on the ropes. The more ties that we get into this, the more dicey this event's going to be. So, don't worry, KJ. We'll get you on here once you got your little break here, and we'll hang out here a little bit here, and everybody will rejoice. Shots fired. Hit. There's always shots fired everywhere here. Like, Bischoff's been throwing shots all week. That shitter app that we deal with so often, they've been firing shots all week. I've just been so happy that I've been so busy at work I haven't had a chance to read a lot of it as I'm going along here, so. Bischoff just wants to be loved. Yeah, that's fair enough. Or it's like I was saying in the NXT chat with Ashton and Ed yesterday on a podcast. There was a spot where Michaels wasn't to be found. Bischoff was trying to sell him a house at that point. Oh, let me throw an allow on there for you, McG. Bischoff can't be loved. He's a big. Wow. I don't think he's. I'm gonna give a little restraint on that. Everybody's got their own angles. Everybody has their own angles. And what I talked about it before here. I experienced that on a very smaller level. The fact that, you work for a certain company, it clouds the judgment of a lot of people or clouds your judgment in the eyes of a lot of people. So, quick question, chat. They were just bringing up the different things. I'm sure that would be one of the few times Bischoff actually cared about selling. You deserve that one, my friend. I love this crowd. Ospreay's better. Currently hating WWE after seeing the Elimination Chamber. They're variable pricing. That's what they're doing. UFC does it. It's a TKO product. The closer you get to the event, the cheaper the tickets will be. Unless they're completely sold out, then you're effed. That's why when tickets went on sale anytime here in Edmonton, I never buy them day of, because you can probably get them for cheaper later. And if it sells out, well, I'm sorry, but that's a gamble you take sometimes. But yeah, I saw, what was it, third row was $6,400 for Elimination Chamber. At the same time, if they sell, they sell. If they don't, well, they'll find people to fill them, one way or the other. If they don't sell, well... But the fact that they had 500 levels classified as platinum going for 5... Yeah, no, that's the low balls. Because everything is a prime seat at a WWE show, right? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Vic, you also got to remember, this is in Canadian funds. So 500 Americans, about $30 American. So you should be able to get those tickets, no problem. Oh yeah, if you ever been to Rogers, yeah, the 500s are way up there. I've seen the photos. I've seen, like, when Jose Canseco's the only one that can hit a home run up there, it's got to be bad. So, yeah, if you didn't know, this is the home of the Toronto Blue Jays. Probably the most action they're going to see there in 2025. As the Blue Jays perennially, unless they get some good talent here coming up, are going to royally suck next year. I think the best Blue Jays team we're going to see is during my MLB The Show 25 playthrough. I looked at all-in pricing. I could get decent tickets and a flight to Texas cheaper. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me once again. Like, AEW right now is having a harder time selling tickets, period. And they're going to find a way to discount them a little bit. And they aren't... Tony Khan isn't in the business of overgouging people for prices right now because he can't afford to. If you have demand for your product, you can sell it for more. If you don't have demand for your product, you can't raise those prices. Until WWE loses demand for their product, which if everybody listened to McGee, nobody would ever go to a WWE show. But until there's a lack of interest for those tickets, they're going to keep jacking them up until people are going to not pay that anymore, right? So to me, that's the big thing going on here, is the fact you have to make sure that you're controlling your costs to make sure you fill in everything, right? Been to a few WWE shows over the past couple of years. It's what made you so bitter right now. Sorry, I kid. But, no, like, ticket-wise, this is always a rough time of year, too. And it makes me wonder, like, Saturday Night's main event just got announced today, the second one for, there's definitely been a TKO influence lately, absolutely. They just announced the 25th of January, they're doing San Antonio for Saturday Night's main event, so we're going to have to see how that goes. Oh, God, yeah. As long as, there isn't a GCW run-in for that weekend of AEW action there. Sorry, I'm just getting on the bitter train for a second here. I respect Effie, the fact that he made his opinion once. The first time he made his opinion and what he thought about the company, I could give it to him. But unfortunately, the fact that he doubled down on it this week again, after all the controversy came down, I have no problem with Tony Khan's doing whatsoever at this point in terms of booking the Hammerstein for 3 days. Yeah, they're going to hopefully pack the Hammerstein ballroom for ROH, as well as the Collision and Dynamite tapings, which, by the way, there will be a Dynamite on Christmas Day. I believe they're probably going to play at the same time as always. If there's a special time, we will be here for the Christmas Day sidecast of AEW. Miracle on 34th Street, I believe is what they're calling it. Or Dynamite on 34th Street, something to that nature. But yeah, we'll be here throughout that. I'm trying to figure out what I can do for extras here. Final Battle will probably... I'll probably be here for that night. I might get tickets. Hey, if you can get tickets for a show like that, that would be a hell of a lot of fun. I like Christmas and Christmas Caesars. Yeah, I hear you. I might partake in a few Caesars that day too, but maybe I can get a koozie for the cans and do it that way. But yeah, if you can get tickets to that, like the Hammerstein Ballroom is a comfortable venue. Little Caesars.
No, please, no.
Caesar is a vodka-based drink here in Canada, so make your own when you come to Alberta. Hey, you know what? That works. Pizza. Yeah, no. I find it weird because funny you should say that. Yesterday, my normal 8-hour workday turned into 12 when I found out I didn't have to work today. Because, when you work the same spot 2 days back to back, you have X number of projects to do. You got 2 days to do them, so you sort of space them out a little bit, right? Well, at noon, I found out that I'm getting today off, so therefore I have to get everything done that I was scheduled to do the next day. So, yeah, ended up being an absolutely insane, crazy day in the afternoon as I'm trying to catch everything up. And trust me, I got a point here eventually. Nice, driver. Last time I was there, Hangman Moonsault second level. That wouldn't surprise me. That guy's crazy. But anyway, at the end of the night, I actually decided to hell with it. I'm going to try and order Domino's for supper. I got one of the thin crust pizzas. Wasn't bad, but I remember why I don't order Domino's anymore. The amount of toppings is just... ugh. I have very low standards when it comes to pizza, so I'm pretty happy with most things. Little Caesars better than Domino's by a lot. I've had Little Caesars, and I find that the cheese just tastes a little funny to me. We have a local branch here. It's called Royal Pizza that I use here. It's a deep dish pizza for the most part. Yeah, but gee, I'm with you. Like, I try to support local. The Regal Stretch. Like, holy hell. I love Callis right now. He's like, why are they booing that he got to the ropes? Now, should Callis be allowed out there if... All right, that's a nice reversal. Shelton went for that Uh-oh, elbow. Shelton went for the kick, and Fletcher walked in and just absolutely got it in first. Okay, Finn Balor. Jesus! What a kick! What a sell! My God, that was a beautiful shot. And we're getting close to 20 minutes. We might get a draw out of this yet. If everybody ends up with a draw in this lineup. Could you imagine Mark Briscoe getting a couple wins and everybody else ties each other? And Briscoe goes through? The crowds are going nuts. Yeah, I like this crowd. This crowd is definitely into it. Better than Punk's. That running knee into Punk, I like that. Yeah, no, this crowd. Yeah, first time at the venue. And I do believe it is a smaller venue as well, too. And Fletcher's running like a scalded dog. Wow. Maybe the prediction of Fletcher versus Ospreay in the final might be right. Wow. Because I don't see Mortos or Briscoe being competitive. Just go see. I'm almost being tempted to say that might be a semifinal match, though, between Ospreay and Fletcher. Because then Ospreay can get the victory. I like it in a match like this because you can, protects Benjamin. You think Okada will be the fight? I do think it's going to be Okada and Ospreay. Just because the North American crowd has not got a chance to see that match. And it's perfectly protected in the pay-per-view because it's going to be the second match for each of them in the night. I think you're going to get Fletcher versus Ospreay in one semifinal. And when Ospreay wins, Fletcher suckers him to make him go down and be injured, yada, yada, yada. Still wrestle, but... So what's Hook got to say? If you guys didn't hear, Hook's going to be... Oh, here you go. Hook and Hammerstein. You think that's going to be fun? So they're going to try and set this... No, they won't. Christian won't fight. Or what they could end up happening is you get weight on Collision. If you beat him, you get me. That's the only other thing I can think of in this situation here. Because there is no way that they're not going to get Hook over at Hammerstein. Because that's going to be like... How many vibes are you going to get out of that? Plus the fact that Dad's probably going to show up. Well, and of course, Hook can take on 2-on-1 without an issue. Oh, that was just... Do you count Mother weighted this? I think you count Mother weighted a lot of things, but I don't think you count him in this fight. Oh, they're going to try and Pillmanize him the way they did with Taz. If I didn't know that, are they gonna... He's still... Oh, I guess he can't use the transmission then. Or the red rub, sorry. I love Christian. Take care of your hand and we'll talk later. There's no way they don't do Nick versus Hook or Christian versus Hook. Hook's got to be at Hammerstein. Uh-oh. Mercedes time. We need the Bud A tree. Can he say concerto? Yeah, he can. It's not a... Ugh. Cameraman. Well, it looks like we're going to be getting out of Jay and Mercedes probably closer to maybe at World's End. Because if they're doing Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa at Winter's Coming, which is next week. So, if you guys haven't realized yet, we're going to have a little bit of a crazy time here coming up. I'm assuming that Collision on Saturday is going to be at its regular time. Forgive me for the runny nose there. But if Collision's at its regular time, this week, AEW is going up... If that's the match, you can call me Winter. Yeah, no, I get the joke. Yeah, there's a mental image that could ruin my life for a while. Anyway, if Collision is the same time this week and next week, this week it's going up against NXT Deadline, which I do feel I'm probably going to be able to do a double sidecast where we'll watch both side by side. And we'll have both on, and we'll see what's going on. And then on Saturday, we're going to have a double shot of 2K24 as we move ourselves towards WrestleMania and finish off the season here. And then the week after that, the Winter is Coming night for Collision. That's up against Saturday night's main event. So, yeah, that's another double shot that we're going to have to check out. Even if I have NBC. I don't know if I have NBC on my channels right now. Yes, I know I'm that underwhelming. That actually is going to be the night of WrestleMania for our 2K24 playthroughs. So, yeah, it's going to be a very special night for a lot of people there. So, hopefully you guys can stop by next Winter Hit today. Am I right? Actually, Winter Hit last Saturday here. We're just getting a double dose right now. But I have to say, I am triply thankful today. If you guys were here for my last stream on Monday, I had no heat in the place. I live in an 80 apartment building here, so it wasn't horrible, but I was still. If you guys noticed, I was wearing my hoodie during stream and just trying to find different pockets of ways to stay warm as I'm shooting zombies, which I swear to God, I hope I don't have to do that again. As we were playing the campaign mode of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on Monday. Took me 3 hours to get through that freaking zombie level. Just because they wouldn't give me a boomstick throughout the whole thing. Ugh, frustrating. Anyway, the video will be out soon enough, but... yeah, at the time, I'm trying to shoot, my hands are shivering, so... they managed to fix it up yesterday to the point where I've had to turn it right down. And just trying to, try to be somewhat cool in here now, so... I guess I can't complain. It's the middle of winter. What? All right, well, that, Bobby's trying to pull... Okay. Bobby tried to pull Shelton off the guy. All of a sudden, somebody touches him and he goes ape shit on everybody. So, little misstepping personally, but okay, I'll live with it. All right, folks, Mr. Predictability here. Is there any way, like, if you guys aren't familiar with the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal, it comes down to two. There you go. The last two face each other winners coming. Does anybody think that this is not going to be Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole? Like, does anybody think it's going to be anybody else in this? Like, we're going to get Kyle O'Reilly and Dante Martin? Dante Martin and Mark Davis. There we go. There's our match next week. It's like you basically have the entire mid card here with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Hey, it's the podcast boys. If you guys haven't listened to Evil Uno and the Chugs on their... Really? Ah! Evil Uno, baby! And Evil Uno's first one out again. It's what happens when you show off, right? Butcher's got that do-rag on. I wonder how long that's going to stay. I'd like to see Brian Cage win this. Nice face buster. I will say, we're having 12 people in this match versus your regular 20 or 30. Makes it a little bit easier to see because you can do a little bit more maneuvers. Brian Cage get a good run at ROH. Hey, you know what? I'm going to enjoy what he's going to do in Final Battle. I'm assuming he's going to be on the card somewhere there, so... Okay, red time. When I buy Suicide Pepper... Wait a sec. Hold on. Wait. There it is. I'm blowing my whistle right now. McGee, rant time for you is like every 45 minutes. Like, I'm almost tempted to get my countdown clock and put it back on here. Just for you, just for every time you should be having a rant. Anyway. When I buy Suicide Pepperettes, I want to feel heat in my hair. Well, I used to have heat in my hair, and then, I ran out of hair. But I mean this one. Davis doing some work right now. No, I'm the same way when it comes to food. If I want some spice in it, if I want some spice, I want some feeling in that spice. I can't typically have a lot of spice in my food. But for example, if I want, like if I want a sweet and sour, want to taste the sweet and sour. And we're going to picture-in-picture on this one. It's actually funny, we had there was a battle royal at NXT last night, and first of all, two guys got eliminated during the commercial break that nobody got to see live. But then the second one, the last two eliminations, the commentators didn't even see it happen, which it's Booker T, so I sort of expect things to be a screw up, but not so much with Vic Joseph. Big commentary flaw. I know I've done it before, so I don't blame him too much, but when instead you try to read a script instead of watching the play happen, yeah. But big spicy guy, but I like flavorful heat, not just pain. Yeah, like these guys that just do hot peppers just for the sake of having them, it never makes sense to me. It never has, it never will. What happened to Booker? Booker quite often is, oh, you mean a general? He used to be his commentary just went crazy. I'll just say that. I don't know. The other stuff, I want to stay out of it a little bit here just because I have somebody that I could somebody that I worked with a lot here in their last year in Canada before they went down to Booker T's promotion, Reality of Wrestling. And she's had nothing but good things to say about it down there. Which Booker T runs, so I don't really want to get too involved in that. But at the same time, his commentary, I can't watch it with him talking. NXT has turned to be more quiet video for me now that I put on a side screen while I do other stuff. Like, I didn't get a chance to watch it live last night based on what time I got home. But when I watched it on replay, I just put it on mute and I had MLB The Show on that I was grinding out. It's been a very big off-screen game for me this time around now. Probably still going to get another couple streams of it in before 2K25 or MLB 25 comes out. But yeah, no, Booker T's commentary just meh. I think his live commentary in the match that he actually was in Impact probably had a little bit more spice to it than some of the stuff he does now. It also could be the fact that he tries too hard. And I find that to be a commonplace with a lot of people that try out stuff like that. People bring them in because they know they're good at something, and then they try too hard to... I love how Daddy Magic sort of foreshadow. Oh. Action, and Jenny got cut. And Leo's gone. I love how the Butcher's just hugging Cole in the corner and just... Yeah, no, you just stay right here. We'll both be cool for right now. It's almost like you forget that Rocky Romero and Kyle O'Reilly are part of the conglomeration together. Oh, God. Well, Rocky's out. And there goes Butcher. That hurt. Cage is scarier with a beard. Cage is scarier with the all black. Like, he looks like an assassin right now. I forgot Murder Machine was what they called themselves. Cage can skin the cat, though. That's the thing. I love how Archie just randomly does a choke slam onto the turnbuckle. Cage isn't out. And there you go. Well, I think we all realized this was going to happen. We didn't need a battle royal for it, but hashtag Captain Obvious here. All right, chat, I got to ask you. Can they hold off with Cole and MJF for another pay-per-view? Because if Cole loses here, he's going to have to wait another pay-per-view to get to MJF. If O'Reilly wins, what in the world is this? Ah, the match I forgot that we had tonight. Swerve's gonna kill Max. Cole looks like I want to get through this promo first. Well, no Jericho, so
What the hell was that?
we'll just throw that there. That was something. All right. We got a few things to digest here. We got to digest that outfit. What the hell is Swerve wearing? Or Donna, sorry. Why is Nana advertising a championship on another brand? Why is Nana in ring gear? That's what I'm wondering right now. I really want to see Caster get the living crap beat out of him here. I mean, like within an inch of his life kind of thing. If this rap starts, if he starts with a rap that's bad, yeah, we got... Chat, before we get into the other stuff, what do you rank that that rap? I call it a 3 because that's what I want Swerve to do to him. The boot that ended it, I give it a 25 out of 10. Jesus. That was brutal. But yeah, the Julia Hart promos, the production they've done for Julia's comeback, the production overall, I'd say for at least the last 7-8 months on these vignettes has been absolutely great. Like, once they get a proper direction on what they have to do for their stories, the stories have been really good. It's just getting to those points that's been the problem. And the fact that people don't want to look for a lot of this stuff too, right? And as for Cole getting into better shape, he's had a bit more time to be able to ring. And remember, the injury that he had was to an ankle. When you have an injury to your ankle, the one thing you cannot do to train is cardio. Because without your pins, you can't do any walking. And even if it is healed a little bit, you don't want to push it. You don't want to over aggressive. Now that the fact that his ankle's getting to the point where he's consistently able to get into some cardio, plus also a lot of the stress in his life is gone too, right? Like, I don't want to say that Britt Baker was stressful on him, but the fact that I don't know if you guys have been there. I haven't because I've never been in one, but I've seen enough of them to make this comment. When it comes to relationship ending, that's a lot of, especially a long-term one where you've lived together. The stress over that can eat at you and cause you nothing but problems, both physically and mental. Oh God. Caster went for a drop kick and Swerve just no-sold him. It gave a house call. I love it. This is what MVP was talking to Shelton about. Don't play with your food, just beat the sheezin out of him. But yeah, mentally he's better, physically he's better, and basically he's on a roll now. So I really do hope that he wins next week to get him back in that title or that match with Max. Because I think World's End will fit in perfectly like that. Yeah, this was like, I don't want to say this was Lesnar Cena 2014, but it was pretty damn close right here with this squash. This crowd didn't even feel like doing much because, you know, they already know. This was the bathroom break match, essentially. Swerve getting a little bit extra angry? Let's see here. What's Swerve gonna do? I don't think he's trying to prove anything. I just think he wants to beat the shizen out of Caster. And I love this. Even if he doesn't hit it right now, it could be just as much. Yeah. Well, every once in a while, you need to have one of these matches like this. Ooh. We're going to get Lashley Swerve too? I would look forward to that. Oh, here we go. Pac and Jay White. I'm looking forward to that match. Are they going to throw the women's match on next? Just the way they're showing these promos. Ah, here we go. The DraftKings commercials. So I haven't dealt with DraftKings. I don't bet on wrestling a whole lot. I just rather watch and enjoy it. We'd rather. And here comes the commercial, right? As we get to our top of the hour commercials here. For those watching that aren't subscribed, I am going to throw the ads up right now just because we'll sync up a little bit here. For those that are on Turbo or have subscribed, thank you for sticking around here. Yeah, it's so far the first hour has been pretty decent. I will say the Battle Royal was very predictable. I think all of us sort of knew how it was going to go, how things were going to work out there. And yeah, Shelton and Kyle, that Kyle Fletcher win means a lot. I think it might determine who moves on here. I still think Okada goes on a tear because we still got Okada Fletcher, Okada Benjamin. Where is it here? Oh, there we go. This is the one I want. I call that a huge win here. Getting that matchup coming up. So, yeah, we got a whole bunch of great matches coming up, and they're just a little over. Well, we got 3 more Dynamites and 2 more Collisions before we get to World's End here, where the semifinals and the finals take place. So they're actually putting a bunch of these matches up on Rampage. The AEW Continental Classic matches. There's 3 of them scheduled for Rampage coming up this Friday. So I like the fact that they're trying to actually up the quality of Rampage for its last month. If I'm still working on it because I still have to work it out, but if I can get somebody to cover my on-call that Friday night, we probably are going to pop on here for the final Rampage and do a sidecast for that. Just because it's wrapping up its full season here. It started with a CM Punk entrance. It's going to end in a whimper somehow. So I hope they finish with a good ending on it, but yeah, other than that, well, upcoming things I have here on the channel. Well, we'll talk about it more about directly what's coming up in the next week here before the main event. But I do have a couple special streams planned here, so we're gonna have a year in review stream. We have to do a 10 years of Backbreaker Media. Here, I want to get Andre C and all the contributors on. Here comes an argument between Cole and O'Reilly backstage. They're absolutely gonna have a great match. How can you not have a great match with these two? Well, I should shut my mouth about that because the last match they had in NXT wasn't exactly the best, but you notice they're not bringing up the ROH tag titles. Wow. jaundice infested. Yeah, but he beat him before. I love these promos that MJF's doing off, not live. Mainly because they don't get extended, they don't get elongated, they don't cause stupidity. We are getting Pac and Jay White up next. Okay. I do like how they're showing vignettes to all these matches. Just so all these people that say that these matches don't make sense, they're literally throwing it up right in front of you saying, here you go. Here's why we're having this match. Sorry, trying to maintain good body posture while still being up here is very important, right? But yeah, like watching everything going on here, it just I think there's people that are out there just to complain, which is fine. Everybody's got their own prerogative. Whether it be anti-WWE, anti-AEW, hell, anti-TNA. Now everybody else is injured in the group, which is hilarious. Sorry, just got a couple notes there. My bad. All right, here we go. I was going to say, is Pac actually coming? That's actually a pretty cool effect there. Since the guardrails are set up that way, just a visual of him coming through the bars almost makes it look like he's coming from a jail cell. And for the number of murders these guys have done over the last few months, it would make a lot of sense. You suck! I love they're just random. All right, they have the trios titles. Yeah. The thing is, they don't have any trios to really put up against them. So why even bother at this point? And all the titles pretty much take I think for lack of a better term, they just sit for a little bit during the C2, because the C2 really is the focus of AEW through these last couple months. They need to do a women's... Absolutely. I think it should be on a different part of the year as well. I think the women's C2 should be like on the road to Double or Nothing. You could almost do an Owen Hart tournament for the men and a C2 for the women. Because one of my few gripes with AEW, and this is a legit one for me, is that the winner of the Owen Hart tournament gets the automatic shot at the title at All In. You said jaundice infested villain? Yeah. It's a commentary that I don't know whether it's bad lighting or bad tatter, but everybody on this damn I love that Pax Max Wheeler. He's like, what the hell do you want me to do? It's your match, not mine. It's... I do find it funny that Adam Cole is not the worst one with the tanner this week. It looks like I think Jay White might be the guy this week. So when does Yuta turn on the Death Riders? I think we're taking a slow roll on all this right now. A really slow roll. Like, I almost think we might be going all the way to Texas with this run. This run with Moxley. Like, it looks like we're going to get that four-way or at least a triple threat with Hangman and Jay White with Moxley at World's End. It's slowly working its way towards that. Nobody can deny how good the wrestlers are here with Pac and Jay White here, especially Pac. Pac's always been given a bad rap. I love how Jay White just starts yelling, "Clean, clean!" He should be a. Oh God, that had to suck. Landing your back right on the edge of the apron like that. But yeah, Jay White should be a curler if he could start yelling "clean" that much. Hurry! Hurry hard! Oh God! Oh frick! I'm surprised they haven't said the hardest part of the ring part yet. So this crowd was white hot to start, but it seems like they've... I think in many ways wrestling here, they deal like a New Japan crowd a little bit more. Where they're there when they need them for like a big spot or something, but for the most part, they are really quiet. That referee is great, isn't he? Yuta got the crowd back. Like I said, for the big spots, when Yuta got involved, that is a big spot. But this has been a great crowd overall tonight. Daddy Magic better be careful what he says or he might get involved in this fight soon. That's our switchblade. Clap, 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 clap. Now, it's amazing that we can watch an episode of AEW Dynamite on a given night and literally a main event match could happen throughout the show. Like a match of the night could pop up anywhere. There is some predictability in a lot of the matches in this, but at the same time, there is a lot of excitement that could go with it as well. So I think the area of morally gray, good, and bad guys is over. People want good bad guys. Cody's success is proof of that. Yes and no. Yes and no. I will counter your thought with the fact that Kevin Owens is actually getting over as a heel right now at this point, Which, by the way, I will call it. You guys can mark me down forever for this. I think Kevin wins the title at Saturday night's main event. And it sets up John Cena versus Kevin Owens for the record-breaking WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That's my quick booking right now. But I do agree with you with the fact that, and it's also, Owens should win the title and Cody should go away for a bit. I don't know if he goes away. Here's my thinking. If in fact Dwayne decides he wants to work, after Cody loses the title, you have Cody go away for a little bit because Owens can do that to people very easily, right? And yes, I know we're talking about WWE now, but bear with me here. I got some decent booking to go through here for you. So Owens knocks Cody like package pile drivers, something stupid. Yeah, Rock's favorite. Yeah, Rock. Betting. You should know not to use the betting odds that well. I think you bring Cody back for the Rumble and he ends up getting eliminated, whether it be by The Rock or potentially by John Cena. I think Cena wins the Rumble. I think that's one of the most obvious parts. But you have Cody come out and say that I want to get the money. TK loves the betting odds. So, yeah, but if the betting odds can pay for somebody else, that's like a second or third favorite, they don't mind that either. Cody basically comes out and says, I got screwed. I won the Elimination Chamber. All of a sudden, Rock's music goes off. And Rock says, no, 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 no. You don't deserve a title shot. Last year, you cost me my title shot. And my chance to be the proper head of the table, which gets Roman pissed off, but that's a whole different story. Long story short, the promo works out that it ends up being Cody and Rock at WrestleMania. Over something, whether it be that wristwatch or whatever. Cena winning is an easy way to get him to Gunther. The problem is, Vic, he doesn't want the world title. If you're going to do it for the last ever, if you want him to break the record, you don't want him to break the record with the quote-unquote secondary championship in a promotion. Yes, it is going to be the flagship show that Gunther has the title for, but the WWE title has more brand recognition than anything else. You want Cena walking around with a title with a little WWE logo in it, or do you want him walking around with a title that is a logo? Just saying. And The Rock's become insufferable? That was a long time ago. I know you want neither, but if you have to pick between the two, McGee, if you had your way, WWE wouldn't have a title or a promotion or any wrestlers. You can't make me pick. Exactly. And I'm sorry I'm taking away from this great match here right now. But that just seemed to be a bit of a rant like that. Mike with the shots for, hey, it's true. And I do feel that WWE in many ways is a good promotion right now. Their PR is absolutely horrible. Just get Triple H involved in a post-show press conference. You know what he doesn't do them anymore, right? I just want wrestling to be good all the way across the board. And I want people to focus on the product in the ring. It's like when people were all screaming about the War Games match for the women. I didn't think it was that bad. Yes, there were some clumsy spots, but... Question. How does Pac take a neck bump like he does and not break it? Lot of neck exercises. Like, I guarantee you, Pac works his neck a lot. When you're a smaller guy like that, and you got to build your muscles up, you got to have a strong neck, a strong back. Well, throw an example there. You saw Ishii last week take that DDT on the apron? Yes, it was by Jericho, so it's half as effective, but he still landed straight on its dome right on the ring. Counter, 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 counter. Oh. Oh, look out. Jesus! Ishii has no neck, though. Fair enough. That's how much he's built up the strength around it, right? Standing brutalizer. That is an awesome counter. Oh, and White. Oh, my goodness. That is a hell of a reversal. This match here, like I said, you want to talk about main event matches? This could be a main event match anywhere. And that's Pac's fault. Oh, yeah, there we go. Knee to the jaw, just as... Well, the crowd's into it again. Out of nowhere! And that is why Jay White always has a chance. Yuta's going to get beaten. Well, what else can he do? What else could he honestly do at that point? Well, he could eat a Blade Runner. Give her one too. What the hell? No, Moxley's coming. I would have just given Marina Shafir the Blade Runner too. It's 2024. Everybody's about equal rights. The most protected move in pro wrestling. Absolutely agree with you. So you notice it's a paradigm shift there, not a Death Rider. I actually remember what the difference is. The Death Rider, you bring them up and you drop them. I love how Moxley turned around to everybody and said, get the hell out, let's go. Yeah, we get that triple threat, boys. This is a very interesting dynamic. I don't think anybody, like, if you would have talked to me at the beginning of 2024, I don't think anybody would have thought that a triple threat between Jay White, Hangman Page, and Jon Moxley would be the main event to close out the year. Or Orange Cassidy! Holy Jesus! What would Orange Cassidy be doing with a freak? He's playing cameraman. That's Claudio's role. Maybe we are getting a fatal four-way out of this. Oh, another orange punch. Good old Wheeler. You're good for one of those every day. That's sell by Pac. Let's go. Moxley eating one. Blade Runner at Moxley. Let's go. What a stare down. I love how Origin. Jesus! Take that, bitter man. This is storytelling 101 here. This is awesome right here. This is cinema. This is what we've been looking for. Oh. Christian just, Do you think Christian gets into the match? Or does he sit by for the pay-per-view? As we're getting the World's End pay-per-view video from the Death Riders. Pretty cool if you ask me. The fact that they're using like basically a desert. He's putting the flare out saying, we're here. Come find us. Oh, hi, Jamie. Sorry, Zodiac. I take your word out of there. Fist to face. I love Jamie's new gimmick, by the way. Hi, Jamie. I'm looking forward to this. Okay. Hey, Zodiac, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't mind that. The last thing you see after she knocks you out, the last thing you see on top of you is her. Just saying. But yeah, the only thing that really sucks right now, and I'm just correlating based on the things I can hear. Unfortunately, Jamie versus Willow Nightingale, which I'm guessing is going to be the match. Jamie versus Willow is going to be going up against Cody versus Kevin in terms of brand wars on a Saturday. That's going to suck. Does that really mean I lose? I would feel like a winner. I need a spring spring sound effect right there. Boing. But yeah, just it's interesting that, you know, once again, like I said, I don't feel that either brand should be competing it. Should be bonk like the dog. I'd put a bark like that. By the way, glad to hear your dog made it home. But once again, Zodiac, I hope he's feeling better. Or she. I can't remember if it's he or she. Because I know I've dealt with so many people dealing with pets in trouble lately. Like, we all know one, but I know about yours. And yeah, just it's been a rough side for a lot of people. So I really do hope that things are. I really do think 2025 is going to be a very positive year for a lot of people. I think a lot of crap is going to disappear next year, and I think a lot of good things are going to show up next year. But we can talk. I get all mushy like that on another time here, but I really do hope that these. I hope this women's draw turns out okay, but once again, like I said, WWE isn't thinking of AEW as a competition, yet look at the month of December. December 7th, we got Deadline going up against NXT. Then we got next Saturday, we got Saturday Night's Main Event going up against NXT. Or sorry, Saturday Night's Main Event going up against Collision. The 21st, I think it's too close to Christmas for anybody to do anything against anybody. But then that Orlando house show on Boxing Day. What
the hell is that?
Beantown? Beantown? We used to have on Maple Leaf Wrestling this Billy Red Lyons who would do the exact same thing as this. Wouldn't surprise me if he's copying this. Sin City? The champ's gonna be on ROH again this week. Somebody let Kimmy and Queer Auntie know all about that. Jesus. OLE Podcast, Otter Ramble. They're going to be going nuts here right now. They get the champion twice in 2 weeks. The hell? Oh my God, who's it going to be? Okay. Bandito back from injury. I like that. The former ROH world champion, Bandito. It's great to see him come back off the shelf. And they are trying to do something to hype him up a bit, so it is a little corny, it is a little cheesy, but it is great. it's nice to see Anna Jay. Like, as much as people like to crap on the women's division at AEW for not getting the exposure they deserve, look at some of the talent that has developed since then. Like this year. I'll still say this. The most improved wrestler in AEW this year has to be Harley Cameron. Followed by Anna Jay, I would say very closely. In terms of those that have really risen to the spotlight that they really deserve, I think Jack Perry could be in that case, but he already had a higher level to begin with. But yeah, Anna Jay, Harley Cameron, both of them just... And now seeing Penelope Ford back, just trying to solidify that heel base. Because you look over it right now, who do we have for real solid heels in the women's division right now? We got a bunch of people that should be, but I don't know if we have actually that are. Like Mariah May, that obviously, Mercedes Moné, okay. Depending on which batch she's in, she actually might seem like a little bit more of a face. You got Serena Deeb, which I hate to agree with Britt Baker on this one, but on the last time that Serena made an entrance, Britt basically said, nobody cares that you're coming out here. And literally, I think that killed the storyline. Because let's face it, once she came out, Britt said that, neither one of them have been seen since, really. So I really wonder if that comment's come out. Camille is essentially turned into a face now, I'm guessing, if she's even with the company. I think she might have said some of those disparaging remarks she had during the election might have got her pulled from the roster. Which, if we took disparaging remarks on everybody, well... But I don't know for sure. We haven't seen Camille. She might, like, because of a legit shoulder injury, she might be out for a while. Oh, this is cool. So Anna Jay's trying to do a neck breaker through the ropes. So when you go through the middle ropes, the best way to do it is go over the top rope and reverse it that way. Because if Anna Jay drops you, Penelope's going to drop Anna May there. Oh, God. That was a bit of that ring around the rosy there. That was a little confusing. As we head into our picture-in-picture. And yeah, like I said, wrestling isn't going to be perfect. And Lord knows we're getting some moments like this. But everybody's got them. Like, I think people are just way too critical these days when it comes to wrestling. Never understand why active entertainers try to get involved with politics. Not saying they can't have thoughts and that they don't know things, but it doesn't make sense from so many angles. Here's the thing, and I'll equate this in many ways, and yes, I do understand. I don't want to get into the semantics about who won the election, who didn't, and all that stuff, but because there are many thoughts about that as well, but look at what happened when Taylor Swift ended up putting out hers. It ended up being a huge surge of votes going that way. Eventually, it didn't help with the final results, but it might have also stoked the flame on the other side, creating negative publicity. In many ways, a lot of times people will vote based on what their quote-unquote heroes will decide is the right thing. So if one of their heroes is convinced enough to say that they're supporting X or Y candidate, they say every vote counts. And that in many ways is why they do it. And a lot of people just feel that they can make a difference if they use their notoriety as a platform to help X or Y person. It all depends on your strong belief in what's going on. I have a lot to say here, but I won't. Yeah, like almost to the point where while we're here, it really doesn't matter on this case, because let's face it. I remember when I actually let that happen here on stream. If you guys were here for season 1 of my GM, we were talking about Nikita Lyons and some of her stuff that she did, and Rick Jules convinced me to release her out of her contract. Like, yes, I know it's a video game versus real life, but still. And it just, sometimes it can sound very stupid to do stuff like that. And it actually ended up biting me a little bit. Not that it's biting me a whole lot. We are in first place right now, so. But yeah, it is a slippery slope when you start mixing politics with anything, really. Let's just even forget politics. Let's go into passions. When you find somebody that's passionate over something, whether it be politics, whether it be about sports, hell, the IWC can prove that on Shitter every week. As people are passionate about X or Y thing, that's when confrontation is going to happen. People are not going to like what you have to say, and people are going to ask for your opinion regardless. I love how Daddy Magic says licking the face is disgusting, yet how many guys are right now like, yeah, I'd do that. So what's Anna J got planned now? I love how they threw out the natural selection perfectly executed there. That's my line, but I'll allow them to have it here. Anna looks ready to go. And Penelope just said, nope, we are... Nope, that's it. You're done. This match is over. Oh, never mind. Out of nowhere! And let her choke me. Wait, what?
You told some of the biggest lies that I've ever heard of in my whole life!
I don't know if I need that one or I need this. I like that Anna J there took her extra little time not to get out of the way. A lot of people move a little too quick on that. Oh, shout out to tried to go for that gory bomb. Tribute to the rig rust, or maybe she wasn't 100% sure what she was doing. Go for that Muda lock. Uh-oh. That happened quick. I want to see somebody get DQ'd. Just straight up DQ'd in AEW. for holding the choke too long. I think one of the death threat. I think Pac had a perfect opportunity to do that and be protected in that last match. Well, that's it. Using the Gory Bomb as a finish. That'll be interesting with Mercedes using a similar finish, right? Because she's still using that that gory stretch into the armbar breaker, right? All right, Anna, what do you got? So either we're going into overtime, or we might have a shorter match, or else we're getting a definite winner tonight. I want Jay just to turn around and say ruthless aggression. Whoa, okay. Nice little slap there. Oh, God. It's brutal. Yeah, no, I'm gonna disrobe, but then no, never mind it. Sounds like the story of certain people in the chat here some days. They don't even get a second to breathe. So that's the 21st. Okay. I will say this. I love the fact that Tony's graphics department has put this together so quick. I'd love for them to bring it up after the commercial break, to be perfectly honest, instead of before. I honestly feel they're going to get All In to sell out here in Texas. I think they will get it to sell out. Just because there's a lot more people that can travel to the States that can then travel to Europe. Wrestling fans in general. Like, wrestling fans in general have the ability to get to the States more. Plus, AEW is on a lot more TVs in the States. I know WWE doesn't believe that, but it is true. And plus, people from Canada, it's a lot easier to get out. Hell, McGee, like you said, it's cheaper to go to Texas for All In than it is to get a ticket for Elimination Chamber in your hometown or close to it. But yeah, as per tradition here, I'm going to break down everything that we're going to be doing coming up for the next week here, because there is a little bit of a change here, folks. You're definitely going to want to check it out. Tomorrow we're going to be here, Stellar Blade once again. Story's just about to get good. Looks like we were trying to do good, and then it looks like we might be working for the bad guys, but you're going to have to come stop by to find out. And then from there, Might have a stream on Friday. Depends how work goes on Thursday. If I have an option, I will. I'll let you guys know. Saturday, we're going to be here with NXT Deadline, AEW Collision, side by side. Check it out the shows. Following both of those, we are going to get into WWE 2K24. We're going to have a double shot. 2 weeks of booking, getting towards WrestleMania. And then Monday, Call of Duty. Let's see if we can actually fight real humans again. Because I'm getting sick and tired of those zombies in that last episode. So, but then next Wednesday, we're back here with AEW Dynamite and a double shot of WWE 2K24. The big change. Thursday, December 12th. 6:30 Eastern, 4:30 Mountain, 3:30 Pacific. I will be here for a watch along of the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley's little ode to gaming. We could talk a lot about our games of the year. We're there for the previews, but you will be able to watch it on my screen. So I'll be watching it along with you guys, and we'll be checking everything out. We're going to have a fun time with it, so make sure you stop by and join me as we celebrate the year in gaming and see what's up ahead. So, no Stellar Blade that day, by the way. So, twitch.tv/Mike the Ref for those that are watching on Twitch. YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to know anytime we go live. And next time we'll be up on YouTube is this Saturday with our double sidecast. So we are also going to have a... Oh, never mind. Mariah May's talking. I shut up now. Oh, God. Ooh. Wow. Wow. That was a promo. That was a fun promo. That has the potential to be a show stealer. I honestly think it should be the main event next week. Realistically, it should. And that could be a way you could bring back Tony Storm, too. If it's not a main event, I don't want it to be a finish. I want it to be a stupid finish if it's not a... If it's not a legit finish, I want to be able to work that into World's End. But if they're gonna have a legit ending, let's get Tony Storm back. So realistically, we should be getting 10 minutes overtime, or we're gonna get somebody stealing a win. At least we're not going to get the bald chance this week. I honestly would want to see I'd like to see a split. I'd love to see a tie here just to throw everybody for a loop. But yeah, the winner of this is going to have that leg up. Because pretty much Commander's become the free space on the bingo card, I believe. Because, well, let's face it, Juice Robinson I don't think was going to win much anyway. But now the Juice is out, Commander I don't even think comes close. There'll be exciting matches, but that's about it. I love how Shivani just hates Don Callis in so many ways. I love how Shivani's bringing up to 20 minutes already here. I'm glad that they're actually bringing up the fact that it is available still on TBS, because a lot of people are scared that AEW's moving. It's not moving; it's just being added on. And I'll tell you guys right now, if you're watching it on Max, you might be getting a similar feed to what I'm getting here in terms of timeline wise. I love how they're chanting meat because we knew what this was going to be. Last week, Claudio was getting chanted, Jesus. Getting chanted bald between him and Ricochet. Yeah, I don't think many people have knocked down Claudio with one chop like that. Claudio actually doing some, like, this is a nice story in the middle of this. Kind of wondering with everyone stepping up to the Death Riders at the end of all this, Moxley will just come out and say, that's what I wanted, the storyline will be over. I don't think it's going to be over until one person actually steps up and beats him, though. And yes, I do think eventually that's what's going to happen. That he's actually going to hand over the title. He's not going to just walk away as an asshole. Okada and Fletcher on Saturday. Remember, this is all going up against NXT here. But, But what I've been saying before, and I'll just bring up the story once again, I do think that this is currently right now the equivalent to Endgame, Avengers Endgame, if you watch the movie. You know how Thanos snapped half the people of the world out of existence? I think Bryan Danielson, represents that 50% that got snapped away. And then right now we're getting to experience something we didn't get to experience on those movies. The 5 years in between the snap and the recover which was part of Endgame there. Sorry, Infinity War and Endgame. My bad. The first one, we got little pocket here of some hope by one of the heroes that was left behind. Like if Hawkeye went after Thanos, that's what happened with Orange Cassidy. Now we're getting a point where all the street gangs, the leaders of each street gang is trying to go for the lead of everything right now. So that's why you got your Adam Page, you got your Jay White. This is why they're thinking Christian. All these leaders of these gangs try to take the title off of the champ, try to seize power, seize control. Because that's what Moxley's talking about. He's talking about it being power. He's not talking about it being a championship. He's talking about being power. And that makes a lot of sense in many ways. And now we're going to have to find that somebody who's going to be that Captain America or that Iron Man that's going to make the ultimate sacrifice to get that title back. Could it be Orange Cassidy in the long run? Maybe. Could it be Kenny Omega coming back to save everybody? That would be beyond cheesy, but based on the fact that he nearly died in a ring before he left, very plausible. But this is why I say, don't criticize the storytelling until the storytelling's over. Because I want to see how this builds and how this works, right? Because for me, right now, this is going swimmingly, for lack of a better word for it. I think this is absolutely a fun time to check things out. And it's going to be interesting to see how things fall through and how things end up here. As we come back from the commercial break. And I do think at the end of this, when Moxley's out, I do think AEW is going to be a better promotion for what they've been going through here. If they can keep the storytelling compelling all the way through to All In, I'll be not only impressed, but that climax when whoever finally defeats Moxley for that title, if they could build that properly, which I feel they can. Like, everybody gives Tony crap for his booking, and it rightfully deserved in some ways. But one thing you cannot deny is when Tony gets a hold of something long term in terms of building, you know it's going to be a home run. And to me, I still will say this. The ultimate story to end this would be the return of the first feud in AEW. The first main event feud in AEW. And if you don't remember what that first feud officially was in the main event, that was Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, where they came up with the first ever Lights Out match. Like, you could have all your pretenders, but have that contender come back. We came here to make wrestling better than what it was, and you're trying to poison it. We're going to fix you up right now. Claudio just put that work in. And Brody just said, nope, you ain't hit me. That is a perfect counter to those 12 to 6s. That is a beautiful counter. I never thought about that. Because he traps the one arm, but the way you can get it is just grab it with the other one. As long as you have your wits about you enough to do that. By the way, RK, good to see you here. Make sure we get you a nice hello here. Sorry, sometimes I just go on one of those rants and just let's talk, and let's just talk. Nothing wrong with rants. Well, I do try to hope that my rants end in positivity for all people around. And I know you're good with rants, McG. Don't get me wrong, but my goal is always to make all sides better by the end of it. Because I don't have the energy to fight against somebody anymore. I used to. I used to be a very bitter man. Like I said, I just don't have the energy for that anymore. This is awesome. Like, everything you expected in this match, like, everybody dropping their heavy bombs here all the way across. See you do it from time to time? Yeah. You got to fire a few more Red Bulls in me before I try to do that. Just like it would probably take some woo energy for me to get fired up like that, right? Yes, it does have some chemicals. Thank you, Zodiac, for that. But this isn't the pure Red Bull that you're talking about here. It's non-caffeinated gamer sup, so. Jesus! That right hand by Brody. Let's go. And thank you for the hype emotes there, Zodiac. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you here. I'm absolutely loving this wrap up here. Like, these guys still got technically 10 minutes left. Jesus. You know what's funny? If this was a regular match, this is where you expect your interference spot to come in. Where you have somebody just come in and just ruin it for someone. I love how Excalibur has to correct Tony right there. Because the finish is probably the Gonzo bomb. Let's go. This crowd is totally behind Brody on this. Claudio runs outside. I love it. I love how everything's setting up here. Jesus! If I'm going to lose all feeling, I might as well use it up right now. Oh, God. Could this end up being a double countout? Brody. Claudio's going to steal this on a countout. And here comes Claudio to finish it. Is this going to be the AEW trope right here? What a shot by King! What a shot! Rake of the eyes, donkey kick. Damn. Wow. Claudio getting the win over Brody on that one. That one, I don't want to say that surprised me, but damn. Claudio might be one of the favorites now. Oh, God. You see what we get next week? We get those two matches. Plus, we get Mariah May, Mina Shirakawa. Next Wednesday is going to be a lot of fun. To say the least. To say the least. Like, tonight was good. Don't get me wrong. Tonight was good. Anna Jay and Penelope Ford, there was a little bit of struggling there at some points, but still a great match. The fact that they used the cheating on both matches tonight with Fletcher and with Claudio, a little bit more of Damn It D'Lo. They sort of did it in different ways, though, so I guess I'd give it a slight pass. But, yeah, just pretty decent Dynamite. Forwarded a bunch of storylines and whatnot. Tried to get everything lined up as well as it could. But next week, my God. Like, you want to talk about a peak versus a valley? All the matches that are coming up for next week are just... It's borderline insane as we're going along here. With Dynamite here on some of the shows that they got. Now until Christmas, now until the end of the year, we're pretty much lined up with a tremendous lineup of shows here. With between Dynamite, Collision, like Collision this week's got some great matches. The next week, The Winter is Coming is going to feature the women's final of the International Trial for AEW. The week after that is Hammerstein. The week after that is World's End. So bang, 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 bang. It's just a lot of great wrestling showing up over a lot of places here. So, and that the fact that they're telling the stories, they're telling everything as they're going along, and everything's starting to make a lot of sense. Even this main event picture, which if you tried to tell me without any juxtaposition that Jay White, Hangman Page were going to be on the same general direction when it comes to stuff, at one point here, I would have just considered you absolutely crazy. And yeah, it just seems that a lot of things are coming together. And I like the fact that Tony Khan is, instead of trying to placate to everybody that what's been going on with all the people say the booking's absolutely terrible, the booking can't be done. Tony Khan's basically putting his head down and making the booking right. And the wrestlers are performing just as they should here. O'Reilly versus Cole is going to be next week as well. So that we get to relive that from Cole's final feud in NXT before he left, which that was a fantastic setup there. So honestly, I think we're pretty loaded next week. This week was just a great appetizer to get us to next week, personally. Then we still got to find out what's going to happen with Hook here, if he's actually going to show up at Hammerstein. If he does, out of the blue, that pop is going to be insane. But with that being said, I think that's going to wrap up this edition of the AEW Dynamite Sidecast here. Just want to thank everybody for checking things out. For those on Twitch, hang on here. We're going to go to a bit of a break here as I get the Xbox set up for 2K24. For those on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to know anytime we go live. We will have a pre-recorded video up tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, with the Canadian Wrestling Elite Rumble to Remember review from Andrea Melball. And then live, we're going to be there next week, or on Saturday, with AEW Collision and NXT Deadline. Assuming they're on the same time. So we might be on a little early. I do believe it is a 7 p.m. Eastern start time, so we might start right at the beginning of Deadline and just have things go as they go. But yeah, for those on YouTube, thank you for sticking around, and we'll catch y'all here next week or next Saturday. Be safe, stay sane. Don't feed the IWC trolls out there. All right, take care, everybody. We'll see you later.